So all roads eventually lead to a finished story unless you're Dustin Rhodes. Before I get into this, and I'm going to go all in, trust me, I'm about to go all in. Like, comment, and subscribe. I know you want to do that. Do it for your boy. Do it for your family. Do it for your future. You know, you never know what's going to happen. And you might want to say that you were the first. So say that you was the first, you know, do it for your boy. So I want to get into what happened at Dynamite last night. You know, there was a lot of things that I was talking about. I even discussed it in my 60-second Dynamite review. I want to expound on a couple of those points. Um, there was a couple of different ways they could have went if they wanted to air this footage. I personally feel like they could have aired this footage just randomly without build-up, and then had a mystery surrounding who released the footage and why was it put out there, and the Young Bucks can say they didn't have anything to do with it, and FTR can say they didn't have anything to do with it, and you know, I mean, things like that are like what hook an audience. Then you have other footages you could release after that. You could have released the Sammy Guevara Andrade footage. You know what I mean? If you really want to go down the rabbit hole, or I heard, you know, you could have had TMZ release the footage. But I remember watching Monday Nitro. It was, you know, way back, and they opened the show with a limo that pulled up, and everybody wanted to know who was in the limo, and there was speculation that it was Ric Flair and that he was joining the NWO, and so like this whole episode was surrounded around the mystery of who was in the limo. You know, those are the kind of things that can keep an audience watching and tuning in until the last second. That's the things that hook and bring in the audience. It's compelling television. I think those are the things that, if you want to drop controversial footage, that you need to rely on. Dumping the footage without any narration, um, only and with heels, it only leads to the fans chanting for the face, which in this scenario, the person painted as the face, the hero, is CM Punk. So now when the FTR get beat down and Jack Perry and Young Bucks are beating them, you're going to hear CM Punk chants, and there's really no way around it. And also, there is no one else that can slot in to that CM Punk position that will stop those chants. I just can't think of any. And if you can, please comment below. I'd like to hear what you think, or if you think anybody can come in and take that slot. So also the ratings was, I think it was 819,000. So building up for this, you know, controversial segment only got them a few more viewers than they normally get. I mean, this rating wasn't massive, and the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, in my opinion. Um, I mean, there's so many things I think about it. I'm going to fantasy book here just for a second and think about if you were to sit CM Punk in that conference room with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the conversations that could happen where they can talk about how much money they would have made and all of the money that they would have brought in. And I just keep thinking about it, and it drives me wild. I mean, you could have had CM Punk going in over his head, and you could have turned him into the heel. He could have become the locker room leader. He could have walked in backstage and had hands building his locker room so he can be away from the other people in the locker room and try and pull together disciples and people that you know he that followed him, like Malachi Black and FTR and all that. And by the way, Malachi Black in the footage with Punk, are FTR going to go easy on him at Dynasty, knowing that their pal Punk was hanging out with him and All In? I mean, these are things like this. You got to tie into these things. Also, they could have done the board of directors. They could have been the first to start the board of directors storyline before The Rock. Before The Rock came in, they could have been the first to start a board of directors with the Young Bucks and having meetings and conferences and touting their authority and stuff like that. They could have done it a lot better. So far, what we've gotten with the Young Bucks is they come in with tacky suits and they start throwing out authority in a very minuscule way, in my opinion, and they're kind of half-assing it. That's my opinion. They're half-assing it. They could be doing so much more with that. That's my opinion. Um, but this could have been huge, and instead, this was Eric Bischoff calling out "name redacted." If you know, you know, on Nitro after they were losing in the ratings. Um, and then Will Ospreay comes out and he does his promo where he goes at Triple H. Um, he's talking about grinding on the game or something like that. Maybe not grinding on the game, but you know what I'm talking about. And I don't know, was Triple H talking about Osprey or was he talking about Okada? When I was watching or reading the articles, a lot of it was saying that Okada was close to signing with the WWE and that he was going to. The rumor was that he was going to um, show up at NXT. So I don't know if it was Okada or if it was Osprey. So I mean, it could be Osprey, but I mean, Okada, I heard a lot more was interest. So, and then if you've been watching Danhausen has been trolling. It's been hilarious. Very nice and very evil of him. Um, and then all of the other stuff goes unnoticed. Dynamite had Shibata doing the phone translation, which I thought was hilarious. Tiger Style beat a lion heart. You know, I mean, Mina Shirakawa and um, Mariah May. You know, so there's just a lot. And it kind of went under the wayside there. I just want to know what they thought they were going to get out of that and how they feel like they're going to capitalize on this. Because like I said, I can fantasy book so many scenarios of what they could have done if CM Punk was there, but he's no longer there. So what are they planning on doing? You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. All in footage, man. I mean, it's the talk of the town, but how long are we going to be talking about this? And what good is it going to do for AEW? It seems to me it's going to be putting a lot more eyes on the product for WWE when Drew McIntyre comes out and has something to say. Another long-haired guy with curly hair, but I ain't Jack Perry, something like that. I don't know. Drew McIntyre doesn't have curly hair, but you know what I'm talking about. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Wrestling fans, always, you stay united. This has been the Wrestling Old Head. Peace.